Now I think that the BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe is actually a very good car to drive, especially when you keep your purist hat aside. But that said, I think this car is going to be a missed opportunity, at least over here in India, just because of the way it's positioned in the market. Hello and welcome to Bichao, and this is the 2020 BMW 2 Series 220D Grand Coupe M Sport. Now don't get me wrong, the 2 Series Grand Coupe actually has a lot on offer, especially with this M Sport package, which brings it this kidney grille finished in aluminium. It also brings a completely new and a sporty looking front bumper. LED headlights are standard on both the models. Either you buy the Sportline variant or you buy the M Sport, you always get the LED headlights. Also along with the M Sport package, you get a lot of M badges all across the car, where you have two on either side of the side panels. Then you have one on each side on the sill plate. You also have one M badge over here on the steering wheel. This of course is the M Sport steering wheel. And also you get one M badge on each wheel, totaling to 9 M badges in total all across the car. The M Sport also upgrades these wheels, where the Sportline comes with 17-inch wheels. This comes with 18-inch wheels, but that has a little bit of a problem, because along with the 18-inch wheels, you lose the tire profile, where it goes from a 45 section tire profile to a 40 section tire profile, which means that you have to be a little bit more careful when you're driving on Indian roads. You also get these side skirts, and you also get an apron over here at the back. The 2 Series Grand Coupe also has puddle lights, which are mounted over here below the wing mirrors. So when they fold out, they look like that the lights are floating from underneath the body of the car. Over here you have a double lock bonnet release, and once you do that, you don't have any hood latch over here, so the bonnet directly opens up. It's mounted on hydraulic struts, so you don't need to open it up and mount it to something. And at the same time, you can see over here that the twin turbocharged 2-liter diesel engine which comes in this car is mounted transversely instead of longitudinally, which means that this engine powers the front wheels. Now don't lose your hopes out on this car so fast, because just that it is a front wheel drive car doesn't mean that it is not a fun to drive car, and I'm going to get back to you more on that later. That said, I definitely think that this car has a very good looking, very sharp and angular front 3/4 view, although I am not so sure if that translates very well over here at the back. These wraparound tail lights are a design inspiration from the 6 Series Grand Coupe as well as the 8 Series Grand Coupes, but they somehow look a little odd on this car. And also one more thing you notice over here from the side is that the rear tail suddenly ends. It just falls flat. Makes the design kind of look incomplete, doesn't it? So what I think overall is that while this car looks really good from the front, it looks really good from the side 3/4 as well, there is a little bit to be desired when you look at this car from the rear. Although I have to say that this car, especially with this Misano blue paint scheme, looks very, very nice. And this paint scheme is only available with the 2 Series Grand Coupe in the M Sport variant. Now, moving on to the inside of the 2 Series Grand Coupe, this is a very, very well built BMW, where you don't feel that this is the entry level offering from the German manufacturer. Everything in here feels solid, everything in here feels very well put together and robust, and you're kind of surrounded by soft touch materials and a very, very nice and sturdy build quality overall. In here with the M Sport package, you also get these sport seats. These are not the M Sport seats, but they are sport seats nonetheless, where you also get kind of side bolstering support as well. They are not active side bolsters, but you can adjust them from the seat settings below. So overall, it's got 3 separate ways in which you can interface with the system, where you have the trustworthy and always amazing and very, very easy to use iDrive system. You also have the slightly gimmicky and most of the times not so usable gesture control system, and you also have a touchscreen, which is quite helpful, especially if you're a passenger who's trying to operate the command system over here. The touchscreen system is your best friend. Also, just like other modern BMWs, even the 2 Series Grand Coupe comes with a digital driver display in front, although the size of the driver display is slightly smaller than other higher end BMWs. You also get a lot of ambient lighting over here inside, which come in this very interesting crisscross pattern on the dashboard as well as on the doors. And also over here in the inside, you get a lot of storage space for bottles. You also get a big storage compartment over here in the center, which is not very wide, but it's quite deep. You also get a wireless charging mat over here where you can keep your phone and charge it wirelessly. And BMW also offers wireless CarPlay with this car as well, which I think is very handy. Now, if you consider the back seats of the BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe, I am 5'8" and I sit back over there okay. I have decent amount of legroom and I have a little bit space between the ceiling and my head. So it's okay for me when I'm sitting over there at the back, but I can imagine if somebody is slightly more taller than me, he's definitely going to scrub his head on the ceiling. There's also a central armrest and you've got two AC vents at the back as well, along with two USB ports. Although the best place you can be in the 2 Series Grand Coupe are these two seats, especially this one. Now, when you start the 2 Series Grand Coupe, you're immediately greeted with a lot of unnecessary bings and bongs. And once those sounds stop, you realize that inside over here, the engine is actually not that loud. It's actually quite nice. This, of course, is the 2-liter twin turbocharged diesel, which is the same engine which it shares with the 320d sedan as well. And it's quite silent. The engine bay is actually very well damped so that the engine noise doesn't come a lot into the cabin. And that's a lot to say about the way the engine bay is insulated, because the rest of the sound insulation of the cabin is not as good as, say, let's say some higher spec BMW cars, where I can still hear a lot of the outside noise, the traffic, the honking all over here in the inside. And when you start driving off in the 2 Series Grand Coupe, you immediately feel very hot because you forget that it's starting of summer and you've got your air conditioning off. Now, as soon as you get a move on in the 2 Series Grand Coupe, you realize that the engine, despite being a diesel, is actually quite silent and quite smooth. Especially once it picks up speed, let's say above 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, it kind of blends in very well with the road noise and other noises around you. The gearbox also is very smooth in its transition, the 8-speed ZF that this car has. That said, it does feel a little slow when it comes to downshifting, but it's not such a bad deal breaker because you have enough power and enough torque in hand, so whenever you need to overtake somebody, even though the gearbox takes a little time to shift down, there's enough torque and enough acceleration that you can easily make it and perform your overtake without any problems. Now, talking about the suspensions on the 2 Series Grand Coupe is kind of a tricky thing to do, and the reason behind that is that I think that these suspensions are actually quite pliant. They are quite nice. They offer you a very well balanced ride, especially in the city as well as on the highway. That said, a lot of the bumps and a lot of the rutty surfaces do make themselves felt over here in the interiors of the car, but I think that's more to do with the 40 section low profile tires that this M Sport car has. I think the suspension setup will be a lot more pliant when we are talking about the 220d Sportline variant, because that car comes with 17-inch wheels rather than the 18-inch which comes with these cars. And what that does is upgrades your tire profile from 40, which is on the M Sport over here, to 45s. So I think that will give you a much more comfortable ride over bad and broken patches of road. But overall, in general, I feel that the kind of handling and the dynamics BMW especially have to offer, this kind of ride setup is kind of gulpable. Now, when it comes to cornering, one of the biggest fears on a front wheel drive car is understeer. And the 2 Series Grand Coupe has got some crazy trickery going on underneath the surface, which kind of eliminates most of that understeer. The way this car handles corners is incredible, because the way the traction control, the ARB system and the eDiff work together, you get so much of confidence of pushing this car so much further into corners, and that is something that I'm experiencing for the very first time. Now, you boys in the comments are gonna go saying that, oh, you should drive the Skoda Laura 245, and yes, I do agree that I have to drive that car, but currently I have not driven that car, and this is the best benchmark that I have for a front wheel drive, fast front wheel drive car, which has given me that experience of not understeering while still being full on the power and flat out through a corner. And man, it is absolutely incredible. It's quite a lot of fun. And to kind of explain you what's going on underneath the surface of the 2 Series Grand Coupe, I got to sit down and I got to tell you a little bit more about that in detail. Okay, the two main systems that prevent the BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe from understeering is one, the eDiff, which is set up between the transaxle, and second is the ARB system. And the ARB system is actually what has changed the car's electronic reaction time quite significantly. So the ARB system is actually a slip detecting system which understands if there is wheel spin and the car is understeering, and it will automatically cut the power. Earlier, the system used to be mounted on the dynamic stability control module, but now what BMW has done is they've moved that system from the DSC directly onto the engine control system, which means that the information transfer between what's going on with the wheel and how the engine reacts to it is much more faster. According to BMW, it's about 10% faster, which means that as soon as the car detects understeer, it immediately reacts to it and cuts power and applies brakes on all four corners. So what do I think of the BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe? Well, I think that the 2 Series Grand Coupe is actually a very good car despite being a front wheel drive BMW. My biggest problem with the 2 Series Grand Coupe is the way this car is priced in the market. Because this car, the 220D M Sport, costs about 42,50,000 rupees, and that's just about 30,000 rupees less than a 330i, which also is going to be a proper rear-wheel drive BMW. And if you consider diesel to diesel, then the 220D M Sport is about 5 lakh rupees cheaper compared to the 330D M Sport, which again, if somebody is looking to buy a car in that segment, would rather, save up a little bit more money and invest for one time directly in a 320D, which I think makes a lot more sense as well. And the problem doesn't just end there, because from the lower side of things, the 2 Series actually gets some tough competition from cars like the Skoda VRS 245, which is undercutting this car in price, but at the same time it overtakes this car in terms of its overall power output. And come on, if you think of it, if somebody wants a really nice and powerful front wheel drive car, he'd probably have a better chance going with the Skoda VRS. At the same time, if somebody wants a nice, fun and fast BMW, they would go with the 330i, or pay up a little bit extra money and go with a proper rear-wheel drive 320D. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think about the 2 Series Grand Coupe, and I hope you liked this video, because if you did, I'm going to see you back in the next one. Till then,